and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Athirah binti Muhammad Noor. My matric number is APT2013. Today, my group members and I would like to present about the entrepreneur profile that we have interviewed recently, which is MIHB Majujaya Hardware Sendirian Berhad. So, I will start with introduction. First is, what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is an individual who takes a risk to start their business based on the idea they have or the risk and the repeating most of the reward of their business. In most cases, an entrepreneur is a lone owner, a partner, or a person who controls the majority of shares in an organization. There are a few characteristics of a successful entrepreneur, such as creativity, vision, focus, passion, perseverance, problem-solving ability, and self-discipline. In this assignment, our group has selected an entrepreneur who does a business in a hardware store. The name of their business is MIHB Majujaya Hardware SDN-BHD, and we have interviewed the entrepreneur to help us complete this assignment.
Hi and Assalamualaikum to everyone. My name is NOOR Natasya binti MOHD. My matric number is A2A2780. The name of entrepreneur we chose is Muhammad Isman Hakimi bin Baharudin. He is 21 years old and is the eldest child of 5 siblings. His place of residence is in Kampung Gong Penaga Besut, Terengganu. He got his education at Sekolah Kebahasaan Rakyat Besut and then continued his studies at Sekolah Menengah Kebahasaan Rakyat Besut. Even though he was young at the time, in business, Mr. Isman did not give up and was always looking for ways to further develop his company. In the interview session, he said this business is difficult because it spends a lot of money and also needs to contact unknown outsiders to get supplier. In order to achieve his dream of becoming a successful entrepreneur, he is willing to take risks despite the many challenges that need to be faced. He is also often injured at workplace and was hospitalized, and it took a long time to recover as usual. Mr. Isman has opened his own hardware business in Besut, Terengganu, which is his own hometown Kampung Gong Penaga. And then, although Mr. Isman got excellent SPA results and got the opportunity to continue his studies, but he was more interested in working. Before he started his own company, he took the opportunity to gain knowledge about the world of hardware while being an employee as a subordinate at one of the hardware company in Terengganu. His real ambition was to be a policeman, but destiny determines everything, and end up he be the businessman today.
Hello, my name is CHENG. My matric number is A21A3144. I would like to present about company background of MIHB Majujaya Hardware SDN-BHD. The owners of this company is Encik Isman bin Hakimi bin Baharudin. It is a company that has the full support of his father and other family members. His company was located in his hometown at Kampung Gong Penaga Besut, Terengganu. He was interested in business when he was 17 years old and started doing business in 2019 when he was 18 years old. This company has 5 employees including himself, who together develop and run his business. In terms of loans, he said that they did not want to make any loans because they did not want to be tied to any debts or loans with any party. He also shared with us the highest profit, which is Rm 400 per month and 20,000 annually. He also states here that the working hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. this business including in trading in all kind of hardware and housing material. For your information, Maju Jaya Hardware SDN BHD is a private limited company and has been exists for 3 years. This company was developed not on the basis of highest education, but it was developed on his work hard. It is very proud that Encik Isman was able to become a successful entrepreneur at his young age. Finally, Encik Isman plans to add another branch in the future.
In 3 years before starting the venture. After Encik Isman Hakimi finished the SPM exam in 2018, he worked at his father's friend's hardware store to gain experience and knowledge. His father sent him to the store to learn how to manage a hardware store and get acquainted with hardware items so that he would be more proficient in this field of business. After 2 months of working there, he and his father start placing orders to buy items to start their own hardware store business. The strongest supporter of Encik Isman Hakimi in starting and running this business is his father. To raise capital to open this business, Encik Isman Hakimi's father had to sell his beloved house.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Siti NASUHA binti HASSIN. Matric number is APT2013. I will present about the entrepreneur at the time he started the venture. Every person who aspires to be an entrepreneur must possess certain incentive, feature and characteristics such as a strong mental, need to hear positive or negative feedback from his consumer and a true understanding of the business. The researcher will study the entrepreneur from MIHB Maju Jaya Hardware, namely Muhammad Isman Hakimi bin Baharuddin, related to the moment he started this business. Among the things reviewed by the researcher are related to the main motivation of starting a business, goal when starting a business, type of belief held, type of researcher, user when starting a business, network, any networking, educated, the extent of caring when starting a business, ready or not to start a business, something expand, the effort, goal and change when starting a business, risk faced in starting a business, assumption about the business being run as well as view on this business, and major mistake made throughout the business run as well as key lesson from mistake that occur. Next is the primary motivation to start up business. Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi bin Baharuddin, an entrepreneur from MIHB Maju Jaya Hardware, also has a key motivation before maintaining his family firm. One of his primary goals is to improve his family living income such that is more than his pure employment. Next is about goal when starting up a business. Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi want to make sure that the company supplier of equipment, product and service are of high quality and meet the deadline set by customer and consumer, as well as establish the economy. He also want complete freedom to do anything he wants. A kind of belief did he have. With his father trust, Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi, he felt more secure and hopeful to take on the business as an entrepreneur, rather than purchasing building gear and equipment. This is because his father believed he was capable of running a hardware firm and would go on to be a successful hardware entrepreneur in the future. Next is risk orientation when starting a business. For Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi, the risk faced can burn his spirit to continue to succeed. At the beginning of starting the business, Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi was often needed by his workplace friend. This is so because they consider the scope of this task difficult to get customer and the profit depend on one sustenance. Assumption and opinion about the business that is being undertaken. Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi assumed whether or not he would acquire consumer before continuing his family business. He also resolved that if he does not have any customer in the month, he shut down his hardware and fitting business and moved into this house. He did, however, get a largest number of customers within a month of starting his hardware firm. As a result, Mr. Muhammad Isman Hakimi has continues to handle his family business, which include hardware and equipment till now. Next is major blunder committed throughout the company estate as well as key takeaway from those blunders. Learn from his mistake and will always be cautious and double check the information of his customer before sending it into the system, both now and in the future.
Hello everyone, my name is RUSHANTI and my metric number is A21A3059. And this is our last part of this video, which is conclusion. The conclusion of this task is that all good entrepreneurs need to have the characteristic of an entrepreneur in order to be a guide to a succeed in whatever they work for. This is because an entrepreneur with such character can become a successful entrepreneur who has experienced moments of failure to achieve real success. The failure of an entrepreneur when starting a new steps is the same for them because the failure they face are not failures, but the failures that lead them into a better way and more successful direction than others. Besides, what we get from the entrepreneur is we should brave to do something or try some innovation. The important key to success of an entrepreneur is hard work and risk taking. Success only comes with hard work. There is no such thing as overnight success.